What is the meaning of the verb come through?
When important information, authorization. Or permission that you have been waiting for is received, it comes through. We can buy the house, the loan finally came through.
What is the meaning of the verb get back, from?
When you get something back or get something back from someone or someplace. You have something that you had before. I couldn't believe I got my stolen car back.
What is the meaning of the verb wear out?
When something wears you out, it makes you very tired. Playing with his grandchildren really wore Fred out.
What is the meaning of the verb run into?
When you meet people unexpectedly or unintentionally, you run into them. Bump into is the same as run into. We ran into Karen and her new boyfriend at the supermarket yesterday.
What is the meaning of the verb come in?
When people arrive at the place where they work, they come in. Get in is similar to come in. The manager is angry with Linda because she comes in late every day.
What is the meaning of the verb stress out informal?
When people or things stress you out, they make you worried, nervous, or tense. Sally's sister has to take care of quadruplets all day without any help. That must stress her out.
What is the meaning of the verb beat up informal?
When you beat people up, you hit them or kick them repeatedly. Timmy got beaten up at school today.
What is the meaning of the verb leave off?
When you interrupt something that you intend to finish later, you leave off at the point where you stop. Okay class, we left off on page 92 last week, so open your books to page 93.
What is the meaning of the verb come through?
When someone's feelings, attitudes, or opinions can be perceived by someone else, they come through. The author's hatred of the dictatorship came through in the novel.
What is the meaning of the verb stick with?
When you stick with people, you remain with them or remain loyal to them. That other guy running for senator has some good ideas, but I'm going to stick with Senator Doolittle.
What is the meaning of the verb start out?
When you begin something, you start out. Start out is used to discuss how the end of something was different from its beginning. Nancy started out as a secretary, thinking she might have a future with this company. But she doesn't feel that way anymore.
What is the meaning of the verb breakdown?
When an arrangement, agreement, negotiation, plan, or marriage breaks down. One or more persons involved is not cooperating or participating because of a disagreement or problem. The peace negotiations broke down because neither side was willing to compromise.
What is the meaning of the verb turn up?
When you turn up an electrical or mechanical device. You change the controls to increase the level of what it is producing or doing. Turn down is the opposite of turn up. It was freezing in here last night, so I turned up the beat.
What is the meaning of the verb knock out?
If something knocks you out, it impresses or surprises you a lot. The young's daughter is only 12 and she's already in college. That just knocks me out.
What is the meaning of the verb close off?
When you close off an area / you prohibit people from entering it or passing through it by locking the door or blocking the entrance. The police closed several streets off because of the parade.
What is the meaning of the verb go down, to?
When something extends to a certain point that is farther south or at a lower elevation. It goes down to that point. Go up is the opposite of go down. After dinner we went down to the basement and played ping pong.
What is the meaning of the verb feel up to?
When you feel up to doing something, you have the confidence or energy to do it. The top of the mountain is only 1,000 feet away. Do you feel up to it?
What is the meaning of the verb narrow down?
When you narrow down things or people in a list or group. You remove some of them so that the number of things or people is reduced. All the candidates for the job have excellent qualifications. Narrowing the list down won't be easy.
What is the meaning of the verb let off?
When you fire a gun or explode bombs or fireworks, you let them off. Regional, when you let off steam. You express angry feelings or frustration or do something to relieve those feelings. I'm sorry I was so angry this morning, I was just letting off steam.
What is the meaning of the verb stick with?
When you stick people with something. You force them to take something or deal with something undesirable or unpleasant. I'm sorry to stick you with all this work, but you're the only one who can do it.
What is the meaning of the verb come out?
When information becomes known to the public, it comes out. Everyone was shocked when it came out that the butler had murdered the Duke.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up?
When you bring up children, you care for them as they grow to adulthood. When you bring up children to believe something or to behave in a certain way. You try to teach this belief or behavior to them. I was brought up to believe in honesty and compassion.
What is the meaning of the verb get over?
When you get over a problem, illness, or emotionally painful experience. You stop letting it affect you and continue with your life. I've got a bad cold. I've been sick for a week, and I still haven't gotten over it.
What is the meaning of the verb get off on informal?
When you get off on something or get off on doing something, you find it enjoyable and exciting. Sally loves winter sports, and she especially gets off on snowboarding.
What is the meaning of the verb fall behind?
when you are in a group that is walking, running, driving, and so on. And they move ahead of you because you are moving more slowly than the others, you fall behind. Keep up is the opposite of fall behind. Alfonso and Tom are walking so fast that I've fallen behind.
What is the meaning of the verb wind up?
When you wind up an activity or event, you finish it or get ready to finish it. Wrap up is similar to wind up. We'd better wind things up here, it's getting late.
What is the meaning of the verb have on?
When you wear something, such as an item of clothing, perfume, or cosmetics, you have it on. Sally had red pants and a blue shirt on.
What is the meaning of the verb lie around always continuous?
When something is lying around, it is disorganized and no one is using it or paying attention to it. We need to do something about all that junk lying around in the backyard.
What is the meaning of the verb get out of?
When you get people out or get them out of a place, you take them out or you arrange for them to leave. The soldiers were surrounded, so they called for a helicopter to get them out.
What is the meaning of the verb back up?
When you support people in a conflict or a confrontation, you back them up. When you support people by doing some work or a difficult assignment, you back them up. Linda said she would back me up if I complained about our supervisor.
What is the meaning of the verb pay for?
When you are punished for something, you pay for what you have done. Young people think that drugs are harmless, but they'll pay for their foolishness someday.
What is the meaning of the verb come back, tol from?
When people return to a place where you are. They come back or come back to that place or come back from the place where they were before. I'm never coming back to this awful place again.
What is the meaning of the verb keep off?
When you keep off drugs, cigarettes, or other addictive substances, you do not use them. When you keep people off drugs, cigarettes, or other addictive substances, you prevent them from using them. Since getting out of jail, Hank has been able to keep off drugs.
What is the meaning of the verb start off?
When people or things start off a certain way. They are this way at the beginning of a process that changes them. Start out is similar to start off. The day started off nice, but it got cold and cloudy.
What is the meaning of the verb drop off?
When you take things or people to another place and leave them there, you drop them off. Can you drop me off at the train station on your way to work? Luis dropped off his laundry at the cleaners.
What is the meaning of the verb head into?
When you head into or are headed into a place or area, you begin to enter it. We scared away the bear, and it headed slowly into the woods.
What is the meaning of the verb count on?
When you rely on someone or something for help or support if you need it. You are counting on that thing or that person. I'm going to sell this car and buy one that always starts. I need a car I can count on.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over, to?
When you give something to someone because that person demands or requires it or. Because you are not its rightful owner, you turn it over or turn it over to that person. Hand over is similar to turn over. The detective always turns the evidence from the crime scene over to the lab for analysis.
What is the meaning of the verb check in?
When you arrive at an airport and give your ticket to an agent and receive a boarding pass, you check in. You should check in at least 2 hours before your flight.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up, to?
When people bring something from a higher level or position or from south to north to where you are. They bring it up or bring it up to where you are. The rescue workers brought morphine up to the injured mountain climber.
What is the meaning of the verb think up?
When you think up something, such as an idea, solution, or plan, you use your imagination to create it. I have to think up a way to solve this problem.
What is the meaning of the verb fall apart?
When people suddenly lose control and start laughing or become very upset or emotional, they fall apart. Sally fell apart when she heard the tragic news.
What is the meaning of the verb fall apart?
When people suddenly lose control and start laughing or become very upset or emotional, they fall apart. Tom was so funny at the party last night that I just fell apart laughing.
What is the meaning of the verb break out?
When fighting begins suddenly, it breaks out. Millions will be killed if nuclear war breaks out.
What is the meaning of the verb open up?
When you open something up, you reveal what is inside so that people can see it. Sophia opened the box up and looked inside.
What is the meaning of the verb fill up?
When you fill something up, you fill it completely. My radiator must be leaking, it has to be filled up with water every day.
What is the meaning of the verb check out?
When you check a place or thing out, you inspect it carefully or learn more about it. That new Mexican restaurant is great, you should check it out.
What is the meaning of the verb trick into?
When you trick people into doing something, you persuade them to do something by fooling or deceiving them. Con into is similar to trick into. I was an idiot to let Hank trick me into selling him my car for so little money.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you pick up a place that is messy, you organize or tidy it. Let's pick this place up, it's a mess.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When you use force to go through a door that is locked, you break it down. The police broke the door down and arrested the bank robbers.
What is the meaning of the verb burn out?
When a fire, candle, or other flame stops burning because it has no more fuel, it burns out. Don't worry, the sun won't burn out for another 4 billion years.
What is the meaning of the verb lie around?
When you lie around or lie around doing something, you recline and relax and do not do anything important. Today is my day off, so don't ask me to do any work. I'm just going to lie around.
What is the meaning of the verb? Get out of?
If an activity gives you pleasure, satisfaction, or some other benefit. You get pleasure, satisfaction, or some other benefit out of it. I sat through that boring class for 3 months and didn't learn a thing. I didn't get anything out of it.
What is the meaning of the verb eat up?
When something eats up something else, such as money or time, it uses all of it. I don't want to go shopping with you. It'll eat up the whole day.
What is the meaning of the verb take off in?
Takeoff is when an airplane leaves the ground and flies up into the air. The takeoff was delayed because of the snow.
What is the meaning of the verb pile up?
When things increase in number and start to form a pile, they pile up. When people add things to a pile, they pile them up. The snow piled up so high that I couldn't open my door.
What is the meaning of the verb come up?
When a new topic is introduced into a conversation, it comes up. I don't agree with Jim about anything, so if politics comes up, I just leave the room.
What is the meaning of the verb help out, with?
When you help out or help people out. You assist them in doing some work, or you lend or give them money or something else that they need. Can you help me out? I need $100 until payday.
What is the meaning of the verb knock off informal?
When you say knock it off to people, you want them to stop doing something that is bothering you. I'm tired of listening to you criticize me. Knock it off.
What is the meaning of the verb lighten up?
When you lighten up, you change the subject of conversation. From something serious to something more cheerful and pleasant. Lighten it up, you've been talking about death and taxes all night.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put money in or put money into something. You contribute money to help pay for something or as an investment you hope will return a profit. I've already put $100,000 into this business. I hope it starts making money soon.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in?
When you hand in your resignation or letter of resignation. You inform your employer that you are quitting your job. I was so furious that I handed my letter of resignation in the next day.
What is the meaning of the verb do without?
When you do without something, you continue living or working without. Something that you want or need because it is not possible or available. Doing without is something you get used to when you're poor.
What is the meaning of the verb taken usually passive?
When you are taken in by someone, that person successfully tricks or deceives you. They were completely taken in by Jake's elaborate hoax.
What is the meaning of the verb point out?
When you bring things or people to someone's attention or indicate the location. Of things or people with your hand or index finger, you point them out. As we walked through the museum, the tour guide pointed several famous paintings out.
What is the meaning of the verb call in?
When you call your place of employment to say you cannot work that day because you are sick. You call in or call in sick. Calling in sick too often is a good way to get fired.
What is the meaning of the verb give up?
When you are running from or fighting with the police or enemy soldiers and you surrender. You give up or give yourself up. When the bank robbers realized they were surrounded by police, they gave up. The suspect got tired of hiding from the police, and he gave himself up.
What is the meaning of the verb have on?
When you have an electrical device on, you are using it. What's that sound? Dan must have the radio on.
What is the meaning of the verb take in?
When you bring a car or other household appliance to a mechanic or repair person, you take it in. Sally took her car in to have the oil changed.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put something in or put something into a container. Storage place, or building, you place it inside. Take out is the opposite of put into. The clerk put the bottle into the bag and gave me a receipt.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you pick something up in a store, you quickly go into a store to buy something you need. I need to pick up some milk on the way home.
What is the meaning of the verb hang on, to?
When you hang on or hang on to something, you hold it tightly so that you will not fall or be hurt. Hold on is similar to hang on. If she'd hung on to my hand, she wouldn't have fallen off the cliff.
What is the meaning of the verb turn in, to?
When you return something that was given to you by a person in authority. You turn that thing in or turn it into a person in authority. The delivery truck drivers have to turn their keys into the dispatcher before they go home.
What is the meaning of the verb call in?
When you call your place of employment to say you cannot work that day because you are sick. You call in or call in sick. The manager was angry when her secretary called in 3 days in a row.
What is the meaning of the verb fall down?
When people or things fall to the ground from a higher position, they fall down. All the dishes on that shelf will fall down if there's another earthquake.
What is the meaning of the verb wear out?
When something wears out or you wear it out. It becomes damaged or weak from use and age and is no longer usable. People who live in the city wear out their car brakes faster than people who live in the country.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in, to?
When you give something to a person of authority who has demanded it or because you no longer need or want it. You hand it in or hand it in to a person of authority. Turn in is similar to hand in. The guard was ordered to hand his gun in after he shot the window washer.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up informal?
When you pick up members of the opposite sex. You approach and successfully interest them in a sexual or romantic encounter. Pat picked up someone, and they went to a cheap motel.
What is the meaning of the verb take in?
When you allow people to live with you, you take them in. Judy's brother had nowhere to go, so she took him in.
What is the meaning of the verb make for informal?
When you make for a place, you go there in a hurry. After the robbery, the bank robbers made for the border.
What is the meaning of the verb put past used only in? The infinitive form and only in negative sentences?
When you want to say that you think someone is capable of doing something wrong. You say that you wouldn't put it past that person. When you want to warn someone that you think another person is capable of doing something wrong. You say don't put it past that person. You don't think Hank would steal money from his grandmother? I know him better than you do, don't put it past him.
What is the meaning of the verb turn down?
When you turn down an electrical or mechanical device. You change the controls to decrease the level of what it is producing or doing. Turn up is the opposite of turn down. If it gets too cold, I'll turn down the air conditioner.
What is the meaning of the verb make up, of, often passive?
When people or things make up a larger thing, they together form that larger thing. When a larger thing is made up of people or things, they together form that larger thing. An airplane is made up of thousands of parts.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When you get to a place, you arrive there. When you get people to a place, you help them to go there or take them there. When you get to work, you arrive at the place where you work. Sarah left her house at 8:30 and got to the beach at 9:15.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over?
When a business turns over something that it sells. It continually sells it and replaces it with new merchandise. Snowmobiles and skis turn over very slowly in the summer.
What is the meaning of the verb wrap up?
When you conclude an event that has been happening for some time, you wrap it up. Wind up is similar to wrap up. The salesman blabbered for 2 hours before I finally told him to wrap it up.
What is the meaning of the verb put to?
When you confront people with a difficult or thought-provoking question. Accusation, or proposition, you put it to them. He didn't want to tell me the truth, but I really put it to him, and he finally told me the whole story.
What is the meaning of the verb put on in?
Something done with the intention of fooling or deceiving people is a put on. He didn't really win the lottery. It was all a big put on to impress his girlfriend.
What is the meaning of the verb monkey around with informal?
When you adjust or try to repair mechanical devices even though you do not have. Permission or do not have the skill to do it properly, you monkey around with them. Frank was monkeying around with my printer, and now it doesn't work.
What is the meaning of the verb drop out, of?
When you drop out or drop out of a school, a training course. Or other program, you leave before completing it. The program is very difficult, and about 70% of the students drop out.
What is the meaning of the verb lay off informal?
When you lay off people, you stop criticizing, teasing, or pressuring them. Lay off Nancy, she's having a bad day.
What is the meaning of the verb bring back?
When something that was popular or current in the past is introduced again, it is brought back. Every few years designers try to bring mini skirts back.
What is the meaning of the verb deal with?
When a book, film, article, speech, and so on, deals with a certain subject, that is what it is about. I read an interesting article dealing with the issue of legalizing marijuana.
What is the meaning of the verb monkey around with informal?
When you adjust or try to repair mechanical devices even though you do not have. Permission or do not have the skill to do it properly, you monkey around with them. I monkeyed around with my camera, and I think maybe I fixed it.
What is the meaning of the verb come out, of?
When dirt or a stain is removed by cleaning, it comes out or comes out of what it is in. Don't get grape juice on that white blouse, it'll never come out.
What is the meaning of the verb look around?
When you look around or look around a place. You go to various parts of the place in order to see what it is like or what is there. You should look around before you decide whether you want to buy the house.
What is the meaning of the verb hit on informal?
When you hit on a person of the opposite sex. You approach and aggressively try to interest that person in you romantically or sexually. Lydia had a terrible time at the party. She was hit on by every guy there.
What is the meaning of the verb get on?
When you move your body towards something and stand, sit, or lie on it, you get on it. The nurse asked me to take off my shirt and get on the examination table.
What is the meaning of the verb pull out, of?
When a car, truck, or other vehicle pulls out of a. You should fasten your seat belt before you pull out of the parking space.
What is the meaning of the verb come out, of?
When dirt or a stain is removed by cleaning, it comes out or comes out of what it is in. That paint might come out of the carpet if you try turpentine.
What is the meaning of the verb slow down?
When something causes people or things to do something more slowly, it slows them down. I was driving pretty fast, but I slowed down after I saw the police car.
What is the meaning of the verb lay off informal?
When you lay off people, you stop criticizing, teasing, or pressuring them. You've been bugging me all day. If you don't lay off, you're going to be sorry.
What is the meaning of the verb hit on informal?
When you hit on a person of the opposite sex. You approach and aggressively try to interest that person in you romantically or sexually. Lydia had a terrible time at the party. She was hit on by every guy there.
What is the meaning of the verb put down?
When you put something down. You put something in your hand or something that you are carrying on a horizontal surface. The suitcase was so heavy that I had to put it down and rest for a minute.
What is the meaning of the verb blow off informal?
When you do not do something that you are supposed to do because you do. Not want to or because you do not think it is important, you blow it off. I was supposed to report for jury duty Monday morning, but I blew it off.
What is the meaning of the verb beat up informal?
When you beat people up, you hit them or kick them repeatedly. The muggers stole my money and then beat me up.
What is the meaning of the verb wear off?
When an emotional feeling gradually goes away, it wears off. When I met Jim I fell in love immediately, but that wore off quickly as I got to know him better.
What is the meaning of the verb go down, to?
When something extends to a certain point that is farther south or at a lower elevation. It goes down to that point. Go up is the opposite of go down. After dinner we went down to the basement and played ping pong.
What is the meaning of the verb turn into?
When something turns into something else, it becomes that thing. It's amazing that this small seed can turn into a huge tree.
What is the meaning of the verb lie around always continuous?
When something is lying around, it is disorganized and no one is using it or paying attention to it. We need to do something about all that junk lying around in the backyard.
What is the meaning of the verb go over?
When you carefully read or review important written material, you go over it. Here's a magazine article I just finished writing. Go over it and tell me what you think.
What is the meaning of the verb hold on informal?
When you hold on, you wait for a short time. Hang on is the same as hold on. Can you hold on just a little longer? I'll be right with you.
What is the meaning of the verb come over?
When people cross a river or cross the ocean from east to west or west to east, they come over. The ferry comes over to the side of the lake every day at 5:30 p. m.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over?
When a business turns over something that it sells. it continually sells it and replaces it with new merchandise. Snowmobiles and skis turn over very slowly in the summer.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you contribute money to pay for or help pay for something, you put up the money. Mr.
What is the meaning of the verb sign in?
When you sign in, you write your name on a list to show that you have arrived at your workplace or at some other place, such as a hotel or a club. I'm going to be late. Could you sign me in?
What is the meaning of the verb run out of?
When you do not have any more of something because you have used. Consumed, or sold all of it, you run out or run out of it. Sam was late to work this morning because he ran out of gas.